Welcome to the Rani Chennamma University BSc 5th Sem Paper 1 Physics, in which Unit 4 consisting of network theorems and power supply. In network theorems in the session 28 and 29, we have seen the current source, voltage source, superposition theorem and Thevenin's theorem. Now, in the session 30, we are going to study Norton's theorem. The learning objective of this session is to understand the Norton's theorem and the duality of Thevenin's and Norton's equivalent circuit. So, the session outcome to state and prove Norton's theorem and its equivalent circuit and its duality with the Thevenin equivalent theorem. So we need some prerequisites that we have already studied in session 28 and 29. Kirchhoff's current and voltage laws, current source and voltage source, linear and nonlinear circuits, and Thevenin's theorem. Let us see the Thevenin's theorem. Two scientists, Mayer and Edward Laurie Norton, engineers, derived a Norton theorem in the year 1926 at Bell Laboratories. A pair of terminal of network can be replaced by current source and a single resistor connected in parallel. The actual statement of this theorem is, in any two terminals of linear network containing sources of EMF and impedances can be replaced by a current source in parallel with a single impedance. The current is equal to that current which would pass in a short circuit placed between the terminals, and the parallel impedance is the equivalent impedance between the terminals when all the internal sources of EMF are replaced by their internal resistance. That is, if the complex circuit can be reduced into a Norton's current and Norton's resistance, and Norton's current is find at the output terminals by removing the load and connecting them to the short. Where in case of the Norton's resistance, we are going to remove the voltage or a current sources if the circuit it has, and find the output resistance at the output terminals. This is Norton's equivalent circuit. Here, the complex linear network is converted into the Norton's equivalent circuit. It consists of IN and RN. IN is nothing but the Norton's current and RN is the Norton's resistance, and they are connected in parallel between the two terminals A and B. Here, let us follow the procedure for applying the Norton's theorem. First, we disconnect the load resistor. Then, short the output terminals and find the current through the shorted terminal. That current is known as Norton's current, that is IN. And to find RN, remove the short across the output terminals and calculate the resistance Rn between the terminals A and B by placing ideal voltage by replacing the ideal voltage with the short circuit and ideal current with the open circuit. Let us take one example that we can prove the Norton's theorem. Here, this circuit, it consists of a DC source E and resistances R1, R2, R3 are connected in T shape, and RL is the load resistance. Let us consider I1 is the current flowing in the mesh 1 and IN is the current flowing in the mesh 2. Across R3, I1 minus IN is the current flowing. This circuit is converted into a Norton's equivalent circuit. This Norton's equivalent circuit consists of IN and RN. So, with this Norton's equivalent circuit, we are going to calculate the output current flowing across the load. See, from the equivalent circuit, the output current IL is equal to VL by RL. Say this is equation 1, where VL is the voltage across the load RL. Therefore, VL is equal to IN into the effective impedance. With the help of the effective impedance, as RN and RL are connected in parallel with IN. So therefore, VL is equal to IN into RN RL divided by RN plus RL. Say this is equation 2. And from equation 1 and 2, we get IL is equal to, as it is, VL by RL, and that is equal to IN RN divided by Rn plus RL. Here RL it will be get cancels. Say this is equation 3. So this is the current from the Norton's equivalent circuit. Let us find the current flowing through the one example, that is the circuit consisting of 3 resistors and the load resistors RL. Let us find the current flowing through the load RL from the Norton's procedure. First, to find the Norton's current IN, we have to remove the load RL and make them, that is output terminal, to be shorted. And here the figure 4, it shows the shorted circuit. Then apply the KVL to the mesh 1 and mesh 2. Mesh 1 it consists of E, R1, R3, and again it comes to E. And here in this equation, with the help of KVL, I1 into bracket R1 plus R3 minus of IN into R3 is equal to E. Because IN is flowing in opposite direction to that of I1. So therefore it is taken as minus. Say this equation is 4. Then again apply KVL to the second mesh. And here the second mesh does not having any EMF, and therefore IN R2 minus of I1 plus IN into R3 is equal to 0. Then take I1 outside and substitute this in the equation 4, we get the value of IN. Here the IN is equal to E R3 divided by R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 I1. This is the Norton's current. Here we have reduced the circuit consisting of 3 resistors R1, R2, R3 and EMF E with a one current source, that is IN, and that expression is ER3 divided by R1 R3 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1. Say this is equation 6. And now to find the value of Rn, that is Norton's resistance. So to find the Norton's resistance, then we have to remove voltage source if the circuit has a voltage source, and also you remove the current source if it has a current source, by keeping that current source to be a open. And if it is a voltage source, we have to remove by connecting them to a short. So if it is having certain internal resistance, then we have to remove with the internal resistance. And if it is ideal, then we can directly shorted the terminals. As E is an ideal, here R1 and R3 are connected in series. And finally, Rn is the resistance across the terminals between A and B. Here R2 plus of the parallel combination of R1 and R3, that is R1 R3 divided by R1 plus R3. Say this is equation 7. Then the from the equivalent circuit, that is from figure 2, which get the same current flowing through the load, that is IL is equal to IN Rn divided by Rn plus RL. Say this is equation 8. Then by comparing equation 3 and 8, we get the same current flowing through the load. Hence, we can easily prove the Norton's theorem. Now, let us see the duality of Thevenin's and Norton's equivalent circuit. Thevenin's equivalent circuit consists of Thevenin's resistance and Thevenin's voltage, and they are connected in a series. Where in case of Norton's equivalent circuit, it consists of the Norton's current and a Norton's resistance connected in parallel. So with this, the output current flowing through the load with the help of Thevenin's equivalent circuit, that is IL is equal to ETH divided by RTH plus RL, where the current flowing through the load with the help of Norton's equivalent circuit is IL is equal to IN RN divided by RN plus RL. By comparing these two equations, we get ETH is equal to IN into RN and RTH is equal to RN. It means that the Thevenin's resistance and the Norton's resistance are the same, and the Thevenin's voltage is equal to Norton's current into a Norton's resistance. Hence, we can easily convert from a Norton's equivalent circuit into a Thevenin's as well as a Thevenin's to the Norton's. And now, the same current is flowing across both the circuit. Hence, we can easily convert from one to another. Now, let us recap whatever we have learnt. That is Norton's theorem. There we have learnt a statement and the proof of the Norton's theorem, and which it helps to reduce the complex circuit, and it is converted into a Norton's current and a Norton's resistance and connected in parallel. And then the duality of the Thevenin's and the Norton's equivalent circuit. This is a one example in which we have calculate the current in 8 ohm resistor of the network shown below using Norton's theorem. So herely in this example clearly mentioned as using Norton's theorem, you have to calculate the current flowing through 8 ohm resistor. So apply the Norton's theorem procedure and find the current flowing through 8 ohm resistor. The same circuit can also be applied for a Thevenin's theorem to calculate the current flowing through the 8 ohm resistor. So with the Thevenin as well as a Norton, we can easily calculate the current flowing through the load, that is 8 ohm resistor. These are the few examples that you can easily follow. Thank you.